But we have 1,000 billionaires in America. You know the average tax rate they pay? 8, E-I-G-H%. 8%. You know, when I speak to the business roundtable and the muckety-mucks, a lot of decent people, all the business enterprises, they look at me like, hey guys, don't jump, okay? But all kidding aside, you know, they look at me like, why am I always talking about unions? I want to remind everyone, America invented this computer chip. We invented it by investing in going to the moon a while ago, okay? We've created more than 12,000 brand new jobs in 2 years. That's more than any president in American history has created in 4 years. And by the way, anybody who doesn't think we have global warming, hang out with me, man. Travel every major fire I've been to. You know, in my first 2 years in office, I brought the deficit down by a record $1.7 trillion. All we spent, still less than $1.7 trillion. I've been in and out of Iraq and Iran, but Iraq, not Iran, I misspoke, Iraq and Afghanistan over 30 times. I get how folks are struggling with inflation. I grew up in a house where the price of gas went up, you felt it. It was a discussion at the kitchen table, not a joke.
All right, let's get going because I know we're going to have to end this earlier than usual. Okay, I see your hand. Give me a second, Ed. I see you. Okay, go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, thanks, April. Thanks.
April? April, you're up here now. All right, come on up, April. Come on up. All right, you ready? All right.
So I want to ask about gas prices.
Let's switch sides.
Switch to the economy side. Yeah,
Okay.
gas prices. The price.
Happy Tuesday. Okay, I have a few things at the top for all of you, so please be patient. And one last thing before I go, I promise I will be taking questions momentarily. It's been a while since I've been in here, so I think it just went up. I just woke up for a second there. Incredibly seriously, I have to move around because I'm just going to move around, make sure I take one or two. I have to take one or two questions before we go. Go ahead.
Today on Capitol Hill, the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction testified and said specifically that state and USAID have refused to cooperate with his independent oversight of the Afghanistan withdrawal and have stonewalled the investigation. How do you respond to those allegations?
So the administration has consistently provided updates and information. So again, I would refer you, as I normally do when it comes to stuff like this, to my White House counsel's office for more details on specifics. But again, we have been consistently providing updates to the committee. Been doing these past couple months.
Follow up. It looks like tax collections may be down. That means that the date in which the Treasury runs out of money could be earlier than expected, according to some analysts. Do you have any guidance for us on how quickly that could happen?
So that is something, as you know, the Secretary of Treasury has spoken to. So I would refer to the U.S. Treasury on any comments on deadlines that relates to this. I'm just not going to comment from here.
Okay. And then just one more on the dollar. So yesterday, Jared Bernstein, during his confirmation hearing, said there was some evidence that China wanted to see the dollar displaced or dislodged as the world's reserve currency. Had some comments from Brazil in recent days about the dollar and Chinese currency instead. I mean, how concerned are you that debt ceiling default or the U.S. default could lead to trouble?
So what I can say is that we're always monitoring development in this space.